We are back for another episode of Two Microphones, One Marriage. I'm Minda. Oh, shoot, I messed it up. Good, right?
I am so close to taking away the intro responsibility from you. It is with this close. I'll let you clap it.
All right.
You could do the sync clap, but
maybe we don't have to do the intros anymore. Maybe we can just go right in.
I don't know. I don't watch podcasts, so I don't know how people kick these things off.
That's true. You've never watched this one.
I live it. You don't have to live something you watch, especially when you're taking in every moment, being present in the moment. Then why rewatch a great moment of joy that I've already had with my husband?
Well, that's good because you always forget the topics and what we've talked about. So
well, that's why I have you.
Yeah.
And soon that's why I'll have AI giving me curated lists of what we've done and coming up with ideas for what we could talk about. But AI could never know the ups and downs, the intimate ups and downs of our life.
Not yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I don't let anything listen to us in the house besides our phones. Cause
everything's listening to us all the time. You
yeah,
can't
I guess
stop
the
that.
TV now, but we have no
So is your phone. You can't shut
Siri,
that off your phone.
You know, or whatever it is.
All the laptops are listening to
Google
us. Everything,
ones.
the cameras, everything's listening to us all the time.
The government.
The
government's listening.
All
China. I think China's listening now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if when they listen, they hear all the basketball in the house. And they'd be like, man, that's a really great wife. Because she, you know, during the playoffs, apparently basketball's on 12 hours a day now.
It is.
Thanks, NBA.
It's glorious. The opening rounds of the playoffs are Saturday and Sunday. It is 3 or 4 games.
Back to back. Yeah, not even on simultaneously like the NFL. They literally just put them back to back to back to back. It goes from like noon to midnight.
Yeah, one until 1 to midnight. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So we wore NBA shirts today.
Yeah, after Minda bitches about them.
Well, no, we did
shirt.
it. Yeah, we're theming. I like a good theme. That's your thing. It should be on Dan's favorite list. So we're theming it up to celebrate basketball being on incessantly for how many more weeks?
It goes through June. Yeah, June is when the NBA finals are on.
To celebrate getting me to a point that I never want to see basketball again, we wore our shirts.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. What I don't understand, it's like, this is, for me, the trend of basketball season. It gets to a point where I'm like, God, how much more basketball can possibly be on? And then they do that fake out break right before the playoffs start. And then it shoots right into nonstop basketball for 7 days a week.
Well, no, there's no fake off break now because they do the play-in tournament. So there's no break. And then honestly, last year you got double screwed because then we went into Olympic basketball. So you really never had a break from basketball last year.
It's weird how they found a way to keep it on all year long.
Yeah. Why do you hate it? Why do you not like basketball? What did basketball ever do to you?
Because everyone's bitching like a little puss on the court. Oh, I got hurt. Oh, he touched me. Oh, my wrist. They're all little crybabies. That would never go. You put one of those basketball players on the hockey, the ice rink, and they would be pussed out of the game in like 2 minutes. There's like the little bit of contact that there is, which also snoozy that there's little to no contact. Yeah. And then when there's just like a tiny bit, they act like little Trumpy babies, like, oh, I'm hurt, help me. Fell. Like all the time. They all do it. Not even like just
well, they're moving
stars.
really fast and jumping really high. So you got to be careful when you're up in the air that high, for the record, because if you get hit and you're falling that far, you could get injured. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't compare it to hockey. Those people are insane. Like they'll get all their teeth knocked out and just keep playing. That's a different animal.
I've never seen, it's the only sport where the guys, for whatever reason, injury, on probation, drug violation, whatever it is, when they don't get to play, like They're obnoxious on the sidelines. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's like that when they don't play on a football team or a hockey team. They're never like dressed outrageously and super over the top on the sidelines. They always are. You shouldn't be proud that you're injured or not allowed to play.
Well,
okay?
LeBron now, since he's been in the league so long, he drinks wine when he's sitting on the sideline, whenever he has a night off, when he's injured or, injury.
I thought you were going to say during
just
the
rest.
game at halftime.
Yeah.
He just like does like a little charcuterie.
No, he does. Well, he brings his own grapes. LeBron is notoriously cheap, and he'll bring his own like bag of grapes to the game and eat a little bag of grapes.
He brings his own snacks?
Yeah, he brings his own snacks to the arena.
That's not because he's
sit
cheap.
courtside.
It's because he's freaking weird. He's
Yeah.
like bougie. He's like annoying. That's annoying. That like what guy playing hockey or even football would be like, oh, I brought my own fruit?
Yeah.
God, I thought you were going to say he brought his own grapes because he starts to ferment the wine right there on the sidelines. I mean,
No,
God, he's been playing long enough.
No, that'd be cooler. But no, he just eats them, just pops them on the side. Sometimes he'll have bag of nuts.
I could see how stadium grapes probably aren't that great. Like, there's no way you're getting a fresh grape in a stadium, like.
Get your grapes. Concord.
I mean, it's healthier than popcorn.
Yeah, it is. I actually wouldn't mind a good stadium grape.
Oh my God! Could you imagine if they did a stadium cherry cup?
Oh Jesus!
Frozen cherries in a cup at
or
the
blueberries.
stadium.
Yeah, that would go over with
you. And
1%.
Yeah, you and LeBron
stadium
would
goers.
be really into it. All right, yeah, no. So why don't I like basketball playoffs? Or you asked the game of basketball in general? Is because I don't respect any of those guys out there on the court.
Is it partially because you weren't that good at it? Is it motivated because you said, "Oh, I couldn't deal without fouling, so it's stupid"?
Well, yeah, hold on. Those are two different issues. I was great at basketball. I was actually the 7th grade hoop shoot champion in Broward County. So I could shoot, but I just didn't understand. Yes, I can.
I've seen that form.
Well,
You won that contest shooting it with two hands.
actually, I think I got second place. But it was second place, and it started out of the whole county. Like, there was hundreds of kids who participated in this, and
wow.
I was number 2,
Countywide
best shooter Broward
basketball
County. Well, it's not like Punxsutawney County or wherever you live where there's like 8 people who can shoot a basketball. It's a lot harder down here. So 1, I was actually very good at basketball, but 2, because I'm not a puss, I didn't want to play a game where like if you just even tap somebody's hand, like it's a foul. Like if my job is to go after the ball, then I'm going to go after the ball. I don't understand. Oh, you can't reach in, you can't touch their arm.
Right.
It sounds really
you just want
lame.
to change the rules of it. So
I'm
you
just
felt
saying it
you
just
could
sounds like a
tackle.
stupid game. I played soccer, I played volleyball, I did track. I didn't need basketball.
You can't touch anyone in volleyball. I mean, like you're separated. You're separated by a net.
I'm not saying I want to touch people. I went through a lifetime of judo. I didn't want to touch nobody anymore. I had crotches in my face. I had people trying to choke me out as a 12-year-old. Like after you do that, you try to go,
I was gonna say
impact
basketball
sport.
would seem tame. I mean, nobody's tossing a crotch at you.
God, at 11, I had a sensei who would take you and slam you until you started puking. I mean, that's a sport.
No, I know. I was in karate too. I know this.
Shut up. Your karate is not the same. We've already talked about this, I think.
I don't know that we have. I don't know that we've.
Your tongue Joe or what?
Tung Sudo. It's
Where
Korean.
they do all the kata, they don't even really touch each other.
No, we sparred. They could not film what we did. It was so extreme. We broke boards. We did a presentation each year for the Groundhog Festival. That was my favorite part.
I'm sure Punxsutawney Tung Sudo was really highly competitive.
No, if you've seen Bloodsport, it is like 100 times worse than that. You could not show. I mean, just dragging bodies out every Tuesday and Thursday from people just getting their heads kicked off.
Did you ever do an actual tournament like in a big city?
No, I did my black belt test.
They gave him a belt just because he stuck with it for 1,000
No,
years.
they didn't
learned
give
all the
it.
fake moves that they do.
I had to do a test where I had to do forms. You had to recite some Korean, which I butchered, and also you had to do 3 board breaks, high, low, and middle. And yeah, I broke all 3.
I had to go to the Miami International Judo Tournament and fight a Brazilian lesbian girl who was twice my body mass.
And how many boards did you break there?
I didn't. She broke
No
me.
further
She
questions,
fucking
Your Honor.
took me and broke me in half. That's what I was like. I went into this whole like, I'm not losing weight anymore. I'll just go into whatever weight class I'm in. And I was like a 14 in the unlimited weight class. I wasn't that big, but it was like, you had to, I don't know how I got myself there, but it was the wrong. No one should have let me make my own weight class decisions at 14. Is all I'm saying. It threw me into the open class with all the adults. Did you ever even fight an adult besides the instructor?
No, I never did the tournaments. I never.
How did you advance in? Because like in my real martial art journey, that included a real sport where you had to be.
What did you have to beat one of the adults to get their belt?
No,
Like,
but
that's
you
not
had
what
to
happened.
win.
Like,
You had to win a number of first place medals in various state and national tournaments before they would reward you with a new belt.
how you got a new belt was you had to memorize the forms, which was like they got more advanced for each belt, and then you had to do like a board break, and there might have been a third thing. But I don't know. I stopped when I was like in middle school because I got my black belt, so I had mastered
It took you from 3rd grade to 8th grade to get that black belt.
Yeah. So I had mastered it by the time I was in 7th grade or 8th grade. So it was time to move on to focus it was time to focus on basketball.
You weren't even tall yet. I can't believe that sensei or whatever he called himself at your hack martial arts place stole all that money from kids in Punxsutawney.
Yeah, leader of death, I think was his title. I mean, it was rough in those
Yeah,
words.
yeah, you can really kill people with all those forms.
Hey, if there happens to be people standing there, and there, and they're willing to not move, they are in for a heap of trouble.
So sucky. I'm like Matt. He even tries to call it a martial art in the house. Like you can't do international competitive judo, and then he's trying to tell you his tongues.
I think you're mad that I outrank you.
Yeah,
in
of course you
karate,
outranked me.
See, what were you, like a green belt or something? That was like when I was 10. So, yeah, by the time I was 13.
To get that green belt that year, I had to be the international, national, and Sunshine State Game champion for me to move up to that green belt.
We had to drive from Punxsutawney to Pittsburgh for me to do the black belt test. So, and those roads are pretty windy. And it might have been
trained in
winter
France when I was 13.
Yeah.
With their... like
so you're
elite
training under
team.
the Eiffel Tower.
No, I was training, and then I was meeting hot French guys and making out with them the last night. I even got jewelry.
Wow.
Yeah. I got a chain. I still have it. I think his name was Maurice.
Is that your instructor?
No. Ew. No.
Is that how you got your belts?
Super hot little French boy. We really connected. Man, that was a great makeout sesh. Yeah, hot is.
Jesus. All right. Really
That's like
going
a little
in on
girl's
this one.
dream. You go to
Jesus.
France.
You
and
said I was
meet
your first.
A hot French boy, and then the last night of the trip, after training in judo and getting your period for the first time, which was a crazy trip. Yeah, not prepared for any of it.
Did the
But
French
then
boy
you
trigger it?
No.
He kissed you into womanhood.
I wish. No, unfortunately, I didn't even get a kissy till the last night when we were doing our going away party. I got a little kiss outside in the presentation of jewelry.
Wow.
Yes, that is every little 13-year-old girl's dream.
All right. Why'd you leave?
Because I had to. I was flying back, and I was
Sound so
actually
happy
getting sick.
with what's his name? This fucking French douchebag. So
I wish I could remember his name.
sounds fugly.
I think it is Maurice. Anyway, whoa. I mean, look, we're getting way off topic, but we spice it up as far as like, I'm not always talking about French kissing. Sometimes I make you do stuff you hate, but then things happen during it and then you love it. Like when I make you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, yes.
Like that's happy wife, happy life. He sucks it up. He does it, and then you get a little reward.
Yeah, well, the thing about...
What's your reward?
The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I've learned a lot from that show with the
Yes.
creativity when it comes to cleavage. Like, I didn't know you could showcase your boobs at that many different angles. It's like, it'll be under boob, it'll be like both sides, it'll be part of the side and under, a ton of the top. They glisten. They, do the stuff where they really oil it up in between, and then it's like a side boob and top boob. Like, it's some of the most creative cleavage I've ever seen out of all the housewives.
And you're a boob guy,
yeah.
so you
I'm a
really
boob guy.
appreciate this.
Yeah.
And shout out to Real Housewives of Atlanta. You ladies, what you're doing with your boobies. I mean, and this has been something from the beginning. These bitches have been leading the booby movement on that show. And what's crazy is they have all the best asses too, and yet they are still bringing cleavage to the party. You do it better than any of those old white ladies do it. I don't know what you're doing there, but it is like boob on boob. Like, you can't watch a confessional without a nip slip. I'm
No.
going to say in every confessional there's like at least the top of somebody's nip coming out.
Ton of blurring. Yeah. Just about any party they have, because there's some sort of altercation where people are yelling and
Someone jumps up and then like a little titty pops out.
flying
Yeah.
It's like Naked and Afraid. Like, constant blurring. I was like, yeah, no, that they are really creative on that show. Yeah, that's probably why it's my favorite one that you put on. Because
I watch all of them.
the other one, every so often, one
New
of
York,
them,
they don't got boobies.
or they'll get naked and they'll jump in a pool, or the one lady that was throwing the tiki torches.
Oh God, that lady, she's on the outs. They all hate her. She sued Bravo and Andy Cohen
Oh, okay.
for taking advantage of
Sore
alcohol.
subject.
Yes, she was in recovery, and she says that they persuaded her to drink on camera.
Of course they did. That's
I know.
what makes it
That's
interesting. Like,
their argument. They're like, "Didn't you watch the show?"
don't
Like, that's
people
what
get what the trade-off is for this.
I
Like,
don't know why. She converted to Judaism and then just started suing everyone.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is weird that she converted to Judaism and then sued Andy Cohen from Bravo. Like,
The
I'm
old
not
Judaism card.
I don't,
If you're out of options.
well, I mean, it was her next boring step to getting sober is I'm going to convert to a religion.
Andy Cohen, is he Jewish? Is that
Andy Cohen?
Oh yeah. He's okay. Dumb question. Yeah, he's
I
Jewish.
don't know.
I wasn't thinking.
Son's name is Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Was she turning to Judaism to play favor with Andy Cohen then?
I mean,
you
look,
think?
I don't want to take away from anyone's religious journey. I hope that she's a true person who has, discovered that she wanted something else to live for, a new mission and purpose in life. But I'm just going to say when she went sober again, she kind of lost the storyline of drinking and being fun. So being on the Housewives and doing a storyline about converting to Judaism isn't that off the mark.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not going to drink on camera
No.
or at all.
No. I mean, that's the trade-off for the show. It's like, yeah, you are in the public eye all the time. Your life probably, obviously you get to do a bunch of stuff, but people in your shit all the time. If you're not dramatic or interesting, you're not going to keep you on it, but you can't cross the line. Like you said, the one lady crossed the line recently with it did like the...
Oh, yeah.
She was in Atlanta one, right?
No. Yes. Yes, she was in Atlanta one. My bad. Yes,
Yeah.
Kenya
Yeah.
is out. Yeah, she showed that girl sucking some dude's, on a big poster board at her business grand opening.
We can't say dick. When do you get clean with
I
the
don't know.
podcast?
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. I've noticed that our editor Joey bleeps out a lot of stuff, so I was trying to give him one less thing to bleep.
Okay.
I was just trying to be helpful. Sorry. I'll get more graphic. But yes, look, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they understand what they're there for.
Yeah.
They're there for people to do such terrible things that they get kicked off the show. They definitely don't get through any girl's trip without shaking their ass like strippers out by the pool. And every episode has something new happening with titties.
Yeah. It's a new creative turn on cleavage.
So
And
that's all you can ask. And yeah, I'm not sure, but you know what? To be fair, that Leah girl who's suing and Judy, she doesn't have any titties. So
yeah, get her
maybe
off.
she just didn't. She was just running out of stuff to do.
Get her off.
One of the things that you like that I don't have to make you do is I've realized over the course of our relationship that if Dan sees any kind of flight on a menu, it's a yes.
It's always a yes. Yes, I have a certain cost threshold because you can get some expensive flights out there, and I'm not talking Egyptian Airlines.
I don't know what
Get
that
up
means.
flights like
What?
airplanes.
Yeah, I get it, but
'Cause
what?
it's like expensive flights. Yeah, I was talking about airplanes. We were talking about food flights.
I don't know. That's a good one, honey. You're so funny. I just didn't know why you went Egyptian. I got the whole airplane flights
Because it's
thing.
an expensive airline. You're
Is
talking
it?
about flights.
What
Yeah,
do you know about Egyptian
I
airlines?
know everything about airplanes.
Who are you, Trump? How do you know? You know everything about airlines. You know everything about titties.
What are we talking about?
everything
I
about
know,
flights.
no, like food flights.
Food
yeah,
and
let's
drink.
get
I think
back to it. It's a
alcohol's your
serious
most-
podcast.
Yeah.
We'll get back to it. No, I do. Well, it's typically a lot of bourbon flights. It's a lot of beer flights. It's tequila flights. And we were trying to figure out where it was, but I got a pancake flight, and it was phenomenal. And they were full-size pancakes. Like one had chocolate chips in it, one had bananas in it, one had maybe like cherries and something else in it. And I mean, yeah, you were full for a long time and my stomach hurt, but like it was worth it because you got to try so many. I just like the idea of trying so many different things.
That's what I was
in
gonna say. What is it?
one-
Because you always do a taco flight. Obviously, you have the pancake
Yeah.
flight. I think there's a yes, unless there's a cost threshold issue that you're having with almost any tequila or bourbon flight.
Yeah, well, I've never said no to any bourbon flight. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Tip for all you restaurant owners: you see this sucker walking in, just
Throw a quick bourbon flight together. It could be
$250.
yeah.
Let's try it.
3 shots of cat piss. I would fucking if it was different, 3 different cats. I would do it. Any type of flight.
Any type. Well, yeah, that's the thing. We could turn anything into a flight.
Yeah.
Why do you think you love it so much? Just the variety.
Variety. I love variety. I don't know. It's like, oh, you try this one. No, you go back to this one. Wait, a third one? That's crazy. So
Well, it's even better when it's like one of those like flights and there's like 6 of them. Remember when we went to that cider place in like
oh god, Denver.
Denver,
Yes.
and they gave you a cider flight, which you could never get a cider flight anywhere. So shout out to whatever they were, Cider City or whatever, Denver Cider.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, their cider flight was like 8 deep.
Yeah. And they were all good. And I'm not a big cider guy, but yeah, they were all fantastic. I wish we could remember the name of it, but yeah, they were
Cider City?
good.
No.
Yeah, Cider Town. What was where we used to go on the Ave that I used to get the sake flights? The
Buddha Garden?
Buddha Garden. Yeah, Buddha Garden had, rest in peace, had the best sake flights. My man JB, make me a new.
I
As
wonder
soon
if
as
we
someone
broke
coming,
into that place. It's been I don't know if it's really abandoned, but shut down. Like I bet you everything in the bar is still there.
yeah, it might be.
You make
Get some
your own.
aged sake.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that would be.
Not
Something
that good.
else.
Yeah, that would make you want to puke. All right, we'll wrap it up on something shorter than I guess I was gonna do. I was gonna flip and dip, but now we're talking about things that you love, and now it's gone boobies. We've gone flights, and recently for Minda and Minute, we talk about things that we've done that are interesting and new, and we for the first time ever, we were
First
both
time.
newbies,
Virgins.
did axe throwing.
It was fantastic. It was really fun. It's cool how much they push you to drink when you do it. That's the coolest part about it.
Yeah, like at the check-in where you check in for the axe throwing, it's at the bar.
Yeah, they make you
basically.
sign the waiver while you're
And then you pick
ordering
from
your
the drink
beer.
menu.
Yeah.
They're like, here's the waiver and our drink menu. Are you ready to throw some axes? They don't even require closed-toed shoes, but it's highly suggested, but not required.
No, I was chucking in flops. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, you've never done it before. Just wear a sneaker, you know?
No, it was a good throwing sneaker. Yeah, but I didn't.
It's a throwing flop?
Yeah, it was a throwing flop. Yeah, that's what I meant because you had sneakers. But yeah, it was a good throwing flop. I don't know. I wanted to be comfortable, so I didn't want to like wear my dress shoes to go, chuck an axe and shovel.
You have really cool, you just sneakers, like regular
Nah,
shoes.
man, I gotta
Wear your dress shoes.
Yeah.
Who is requiring you to put on dress shoes?
It just felt like a lot to where I felt more comfortable in my flip flops, and it worked because I was fantastic at it. Actually, we were both really good at it.
We were, and we'll get back to that. But this is the crazy part about the flip flop thing is like when we would just tell people we're going axe throwing and even like invite them to come with us next time or whatever, there's people who think it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
Like they're afraid to act, like not even, like even sober axe throwing, they're afraid to do for some reason. And I don't understand the fear. Maybe like before we went, we had questions.
Yeah. It was one of those things where I thought like more we were just gonna suck at it and it was gonna be kind of frustrating, doing our first time. But I never thought of it being so dangerous that I wouldn't do it. But one of our friends was showing us a bunch of videos of them bouncing back, which I feel like you'd have to be so slow for it to bounce back and it actually hits you and cuts you like.
Yeah, or just not like throwing it and then just not paying attention, like not
Yeah.
moving at all. Or like I thought it could be a little dangerous until I saw like that you're not throwing axes like the kind that like you chop wood with. You're actually just throwing hatchets.
Yeah.
They call it axe throwing, but it's not like the giant axe. It's just a hatchet.
Yeah, they're like tiny little hatchets, and then also a shovel.
Oh yeah, they at the end
threw shovels.
we were so good that the guy was like, "Yo," they start upselling. They're like, "We got shovels, we got knives."
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
We
he's
got
trying to
Chinese
tell
throwing
me.
stars. You throw anything into that wood.
So I was using my regular axe throwing technique, which he said, "Well, you have kind of an unorthodox style for throwing axes, but obviously highly efficient." And I was like, well, I'm going to apply that to the shovels. He's like, that's not going to work. And I bullseyed like 4 shovels in a row. So
No, you were extra good. I mean, for newbies, for never doing it before. We were with a couple who had only done it once before. So it's not like they were like, in an axe throwing league or whatever. But they had done it once. They were trying to like give us tips and we were totally like blowing them out of the water.
Yeah, we did. It was, it's not like we did
Score
teams.
wise.
So
No, it was everyone
Yeah.
against themselves, like each other, which was cool. So no one was on a team.
Yeah, we got what first and second.
Was it first and second or first and second?
No, I got first.
Okay.
Yeah.
But nevertheless,
Don't pretend like it was that close.
It was really close.
It was close, but I clearly, had beat you.
Okay. Well, then don't be like, oh, don't act like it's that close, and then go, well, it was close. It was super close.
It was close, but I mean, I think you know.
I think I know that I put in an amazing performance.
You did.
And,
It was good. It was a strong
going with
second.
people who had
Yeah.
gone before, and they were
Well,
like,
yeah,
oh,
we
this
smoked.
is
We
how you
smoked
do
them.
it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we like,
yeah,
just,
keep your elbow in. Like,
yeah, please.
Yeah.
Why don't you keep your elbow in? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to give you tips, and then they're like binging it. Like, it didn't even hit the bullseye.
Well, they were
a bunch of
clanking them.
things.
Yeah.
Clanking, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, here's the thing with me and Chuck and Axes is like you could throw it, but you're allowed to take a step forward. And since I have like a long stride, I was practically just like putting it right in. Like it was.
Yeah, that, and you have like a long arm,
Yeah,
so you can
lot
just
of
really
power,
kind of
yeah.
whip, like create some motion there. Yeah, it was kind of like you were cheating.
Not shit. That's the rules.
Because you can
yeah.
step up, like, and then there's this other line, and they're like, just don't go past that line. That's like the axe could bounce back and cut your foot off line. But like my 2 steps didn't even get me to where your 1 step got you.
No, they didn't.
So he got to throw the axe kind of technically closer than everyone else. So I guess technically it wasn't cheating, but
It's not cheating. It's the same thing people used to complain about when I played beer pong in college is that I have a longer arm.
Yeah,
My
so your
relief
reach is like
further.
halfway
Yeah.
across the table.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it
you're
would suck
you're
playing with you.
Yeah, people hated it. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
back some of those memories.
Well, nevertheless, I maybe don't go axe throwing with Dan. I'll
you
worry
wanna
about
lose.
that. But maybe go axe throwing with your friends. And even if you're not, let's consider yourself athletic.
Yeah.
I think the fact
Athletic?
that you go on.
Better my
I think
flight
the fact
joke.
that you order from the bar before you start heaving the axes says you don't need to be that good about for this.
This
to be fun.
commercial for axe throwing.
I mean, no, because we don't own an axe throwing
Yeah.
place.
Go there and throw a great party.
Throw a good time, just like this podcast.
Yeah.
Wow. This episode has been nothing short of an axe throwing session.
Wow. Okay,
Fun,
that was lame.
entertaining. We really knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
So
all
wow,
right.
okay, well that sounded like full of confidence. Okay, so why don't you close this out then?
Well, I was going to do our normal. Follow us on all the things. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on Instagram. We got Laughing Sprees on Facebook. So give us a follow. See us on tour, Two Mics Home Marriage. We'll be doing some shows, and that's it.
So you were talking shit on the way I was rapping to do that?
Yeah, just a regular boilerplate rap
Wow.
job.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
Sure, if they've made it this far, they'll definitely come back now. Well, you can come back and see me where I don't do anything boilerplate because this bitch is a real one. I'll tell you about it later on how I overcame the appliance today in another episode and showed that guy from Home Depot.
Well, what a riveting preview.
This is how you close strong, you know, like you're gonna hear.
Yeah, wait till you hear about our dishwasher being installed. You are in for a
That's
treat.
not the good part of the
Refrigerator
story.
too.
This is the thing. I won't give it away. Give it away.
Can I not be on this episode?
Shut
Whatever.
up. Well, you weren't helping. Jesus Christ. No, I wouldn't want to be on the episode if I was you either. But basically, the Home Depot guy was trying to tell me something could not happen that allowed my installation to happen. And then I got on the floor and I did it myself and I proved him wrom. So,
And you
everybody, we'll
celebrated.
talk about that on another episode when we celebrate me.
Yeah, get your popcorn.
Whatever. We'll talk about when we celebrate me for my birthday.
Okay.
And I'm sure this will air 9 months from now. So it won't even be my birthday anymore. Don't send well wishes. I hate my birthday. All right. That's how you end an episode. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Peace out.